Hi everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another thought stroke rant of the day. As you probably realised, I wasn't able to join the podcast on Wednesday night with the boys. I was tied up with the real work in life. But they did a great show. They mentioned about Allan Saint-Maximin, deal or no deal. So I just thought I'd jump on and give my take on it as well for what it's worth. Allan Saint-Maximin has got to be one of the strangest, most polarising players I've seen at Newcastle for a long time. He's almost become a bit of a cult. I said cult, C-U-L-T. Cult, an enigma, an enigmatic enigma of a man. So, under Steve Bruce, he was the best player we had, bar none. Only Callum Wilson really ran him close as a goal scorer. Maxi could take the ball, he could run, he could change games, he could do everything. And Bruce let him get away with murder. He let him bugger off to France, as already said on the show. No challenges, no questions asked. Eddie Howe's not like that. Eddie Howe wants a bit more dedication, a bit more determination. And Maxi's had to try and adapt his game to fit Eddie Howe and his style. And he's not really done it very well, I don't think. There's been glimpses when Maxi's been great, but only glimpses. I can't really think of any consistency in his game where he's been brilliant for 4 or 5 games on the spin, or he's been really good for 6 or 7 games on the spin. You talk about Bruno, you talk about Botman, you talk about Isaac, and generally there's at least 4 or 5 games where they've been really effective and really good. You talk about Maxi and you get little moments, but by and large you don't get a level of consistency, which is exactly what Mark said on the show on Wednesday night. But the fangirling and the cult status this player enjoys in the fan base blows my mind. Every time somebody talks about Maxi and you potentially possibly criticise Maxi in any possible way, tinfoil hat on here, you get absolutely pillared and lynched and accused of being X, Y and Z or a Macum. I'm sorry, but you're allowed to have an opinion on a player, right? And a player who flatters to deceive a lot of the times, of course you're allowed an opinion on this player. With these players, they're either brilliant or they're shit. There's no grey area, really. And Allan Saint-Maximin definitely fits that category. Bruno can have a bad game and still be really good. Joe Linton can have a bad game and still be really good. Same with Isaac, same with Botman, right? But Maxi cannot be like that. He's either brilliant, like he was against Manchester City, runs Kyle Walker ragged and looks like the best winger in Europe, or he has a game like he has against Forest, stinks out the City ground, gets hooked at half-time, under the claim that he had a hamstring injury, which he didn't. He was hooked because he was dog bollocks. He was crap. And then he was outplayed and overdone, or whatever you want to call it, outshone even, get my teeth right, by a 20-year-old boy in Elliot Anderson who did way more in 10 minutes than Maxi did in an entire game. Now, we've got a real squad of players now, and there should be competition for places. Saint-Maximin does not walk into a Newcastle team any given week, but the problem you have with this player, and it goes back to what the boys were saying on Wednesday night, is he's never fit enough. He has moments where he's explosive and he skins a player, he crosses a ball in like he did for Wilson against West Ham, and then he pulls a hamstring. Hamstring's made of cheese, and he's off and he's done for 6-7 weeks, and then you see him running in France, back soon. You think, yeah, back soon and then out again soon. Too injury prone, too inconsistent. As the boys said, if you get an offer for him in the summer, sell him. If we finish top 4, which it looks like we're going to, I think, at the very least, if not, it'll be Europa League football. Sell the player, get a better player in, like Sir James Maddison, get him in. He'll cost you about 40 million quid. You might get 25, 30 for Maxi if you're lucky, if he has 5 or 6 great games before the end of the season. There's only 8 left and he's still fucked. So I don't think that's going to happen. So you might be lucky to get 20, 25 million quid from him. So in short, really, I know you're probably going to give us loads of abuse in the comments below. He is a good footballer when he wants to be, but it's not enough. It's the same with Hatem Ben Arfa, back when he was a Newcastle player. Brilliant in stages and then dog shit for massive periods of time. As a football fan, you're allowed to express that opinion. You need some consistency in your game. You don't have to be 10 out of 10 every single week, but you've got to be at least a 7.5. And Maxi's either an 8 or a 9 or a 4. He's never in the middle. He's never in that grey area. And that's what frustrates fans like me about this player. I know you'll all be fangirling in the comments now and telling me I'm a wanker and all this other stuff, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm sorry, I'm not alone in this opinion. Allan Saint-Maximin is a massive frustration for Newcastle United fans. And I think you upgrade in the summer. I think he's done in the summer. I don't think he'll be a Newcastle player next season. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with me on this. I had to jump on because we had some little fangirl whinges to the boys. Great video on Wednesday, and they've just wound me up, to be honest with you. I can't be arsed with it. You know, you're allowed an opinion on a player. A player like that is always going to divide opinion. The fancy Dan players, you know, ball jugglers, whatever you want to call them, they always divide opinion on players, on fans. The lads are allowed their opinion. I'm allowed mine. You're allowed yours. We don't all have to disagree or agree, but that's how I feel about Allan Saint-Maximin. If you like this kind of thing, click subscribe, come and join us. You know, we're nearly 3,000 subscribers. Pop-up videos just like this opinion one you just watched, and 2 live shows every Monday and Wednesday. So it's Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team, McCoy United. Hope the lads can push and finish top 4, and then we can get some better players in through the door in summer as well and step up in quality. Catch you later, everybody. Bye.